Let's take you out to California with police conducting a search at the home of the mother of a man convicted in the murder of a college student 30 years ago. And if that sounds kind of confusing here, this was a case that was, at the time, just a blockbuster, the disappearance of Kristin Smart. I want to show you here the sheriff's office. This is at the home of Susan Flores in a case that captured headlines around the world. Smart was 19 years old when she vanished after going to an off-campus party. This was decades ago. She's since been legally declared dead, but nobody has ever found her body. A few years ago, Paul Flores, a fellow student, was convicted and sentenced to 25 years to life for her murder. And when that happened, police cited a podcast about Smart's disappearance and helping them crack the case. Tom Winter joins us now. And Tom, I mean, it really was just a bombshell disappearance, a story that was covered, everywhere at the time. The Paul Flores development happened. Flores' father was tried but acquitted of being an accessory. Now there's this search at the home of his mother, and you have some new info from the DA there. What's up?
Well, that's right, Hallie. And yes, this case captured the nation's attention, not just in California, but people coast to coast wondering what could happen to this young woman who was disappeared on March 25th in 1996. She was visiting a friend at a college, and then campus police really did not advance the investigation very much. But when local authorities took it over, they realized that this was not somebody who ran off on a trip or ran off away with friends, but in fact, something much more nefarious. To that end, you mentioned the fact that the body has not been discovered in this case. When the initial charges came down against Paul Flores and his father, Ruben, there was a search that was conducted along with the FBI and archaeologists. They found a casket-sized kind of a disturbed soil in the ground. They used ground-penetrating radar to be able to detect that. They also conducted additional searches. This is all at Ruben Flores' home. They also found blood, but it was not suitable to conduct a DNA comparison. Now we've heard from the district attorney today. We can show you that statement putting this out. And I think there's a key component of this saying, while those responsible for Kristin's death and those with knowledge of her whereabouts could provide answers at any time, we remain firmly committed to using every lawful tool available to locate Kristin's remains and to support her family until she is brought home. Obviously, coming up a little bit past the 30-year anniversary of her disappearance. So this is a significant case, and clearly local authorities there want to see this case to its conclusion, certainly for her family.
And again, the reverberations even now, modern-day college students in California, like the laws have actually been changed after Smart's disappearance because of what had happened.
Well, that's right, Hallie. Back in 1998, passing the California state legislator 61-0. It was the Kristin Smart Campus Safety Act of 1998. Basically required, I mentioned some of the issues with campus security early on. It required campus security at public institutions, including public colleges, to have some sort of an understanding with their local police departments as to what they would report and when, specifically as it spoke to potential violent crimes, kidnappings, abductions, missing students. And so when those types of cases came up, they were required under this law to get a hold of local law enforcement who might be in a better position to hopefully get a resolution. And so the delays that impacted this case, Hallie, were not delays that would continue for other students.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.